Yesterday was a very interesting day in the world of streaming because Dr. Disrespect came back to streaming. Now, if you don't know the whole controversy behind the whole Dr. Disrespect situation, I'll briefly talk about it here. Basically, Dr. Disrespect, many years ago, he got banned off of Twitch. Everyone was wondering, why did Dr. Disrespect get banned off Twitch? What did Dr. Disrespect do? This is crazy. A lot of people were wondering what he did. Like, why did he just randomly get banned out of nowhere, right? And so nobody knew for years. Many people didn't know. A lot of people claimed that they know or claimed that they knew, but they wouldn't talk about it. So the general public did not know why Dr. Disrespect got banned until a Twitch employee came out about 3 or 4 years later. And they said, yeah, the reason we banned Dr. Disrespect is because he was caught sexting a minor through the whispers on Twitch. If you don't know, whispers are basically DMs, so you can DM people on Twitch. I don't think it's a thing anymore, but I think back then it was a thing. Maybe it is still a thing, I don't know. But back then, it was a thing. Dr. Disrespect was allegedly sexting a minor, and that's why they banned him off the website. And so everyone was going crazy. Then another Twitch employee also confirmed the story, and then a reporter who apparently had inside knowledge, he was like, see, I told you guys, I knew why he did it. I told y'all that it was bad. And then other streamers came out afterwards saying, yeah, we heard rumors of that. We heard that that may have been why he was banned, but, you know, we can't comment on that because that's a crazy accusation. We don't have any proof. So the general consensus was that, yeah, that's true. And that's actually why Dr. Disrespect got banned. Everyone was going crazy, wild. And then Dr. Disrespect came out with a tweet that confirmed it. He said, yes, I did exchanging some inappropriate messages with the minor. You know, he's trying to make it sound as like innocent as possible. Even though Dr. Disrespect is a 40-year-old married man with children, like, wow, that is absolute insanity. Yeah, he said, yeah, I may have done a little bit of inappropriateness with the minor. You know, no big deal, no big deal. And yeah, he took a big break from streaming. He stopped streaming for about 2 months. And now he's back. He came back yesterday and he addressed everything. And my God, I honestly think, I'm going to show you some of the clips here, but I honestly think this is a great IQ test. Like, depending on what you think after I show you these clips, show if you have a high or low IQ. So in this little statement, I'm going to show you Dr. Disrespect begins by talking about Cody, which is the original person who leaked that Dr. Disrespect got banned for messaging minors back in 2017.
Why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me in 2020. I mean, for what? Cody? Why? Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time? Did you not know the repercussions of accusing me, Cody Connors? You see, you don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any first-hand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages? Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is?
That may unironically be the absolute worst thing he could have said there. Well, legally, I wasn't sexting a minor, but, you know, I mean, maybe we engage in some little inappropriate messages, as Dr. Disrespect says himself. That is so crazy to me that he would say that.
Actually, do you know what the legal definition of sexting?
Like, what? That is so crazy that he would actually say that. When you have to go into like actual legal definitions of what something is, you probably lost, honestly, because like that's just not how this works.
And yeah, I used Twitch's whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages?
This part is so confusing to me. I really don't even know what's happening because Dr. Disrespect says in his own tweet, his own admission, that he was messaging a minor. So what is he talking about? Why is he trying to role play and cosplay as if he's some great stand-up guy and the girl was actually over the legal age? If I were to guess what's happening, and this is a complete guess, I don't know what's actually happening. If I were to guess, I would assume that he's like, well, in this country, fucking 10,000 miles from the US, the legal age is actually 14. I don't know how old the girl is. He talks about, you know, because he never released the messages. Nobody knows what the messages are. Nobody knows who the account is, how old the person is. And people actually asked him in his stream back to release the messages. And he was like, you guys are second graders, man. Like, you guys are our children. I'm not going to release the messages. So we'll talk about that when it gets there. Like what? That would be the best. That would be the best way to clear your conscience and for everybody to know you're actually innocent is to just show the messages. So that's a little sussy, Dr. Disrespect. But on top of that, he says right here he intentionally had the word minor in there so that the journalists and reporters could talk about Dr. Disrespect being a minor. And I don't know what he's going for. Like, this is, to me, it's very clearly a lie. He very clearly talked to a minor. He even admitted it himself. You know what I mean? Like, he's really trying to take it back now. Like, oh my God, I should not have said that in my thing. He probably talked to some lawyer, had some legal meeting, and they're like, oh, well, you shouldn't have said minor because, you know, in this country far away, the legal age is actually 14 or 16 or however old, you know, some other places have the legal age, right? Like, there are some places where it's 14, there's some places where it's 16. That's, if I were to guess, he probably talked to a lawyer and they probably told him that, right? Because he had this whole legal lawsuit with Twitch and they had all this legal stuff and, you know, he's got his lawyers and Twitch has their lawyers. So, yeah, I don't know what his angle is here, like why he's trying to act like he didn't do anything wrong. Why he's trying to pretend that he was messaging a minor. Like, he's acting like the whole time he was pretending that he was messaging a minor. He's like, I very clearly put minor in there so all these so-called journalists could just talk about it. Me, Dr. Disrespect, I'm a very respectful guy, contrary to what you may believe by my username, but I would never do something like that. No, that's just not who I am at all.
You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever.
There's one very clear way to clear this whole situation up, and it's just to show the messages. Just release the messages and show what your plans were. This is also, and I'm not going to accuse him of actually wanting to meet up with her, because I even though I do think Dr. Disrespect is a horrible person, I'm not going to accuse him of doing something I have no, like, proof of, or, you know, that's just weird. But this is the line that every single predator says on any show where they catch predators. Oh, this was just the first time for me. I didn't mean to do this, you know. I wasn't there. There was no intention of doing anything. I wasn't going to do anything crazy. I was just going to talk to her and hang out with her. So I'm not going to say he was doing anything, but I mean, this is literally what everyone says that gets caught.
Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. These big-time publications, these journalists, these various outlets are sort of just gossip channels now, don't you think, champs?
Well, I mean, that is what a news outlet is. It reports on news, and this was pretty big news considering you're a huge streamer, so they're going to report on the news. This isn't really anything crazy.
They act like they're just gossip channels now, without any real journalism and real research happening. They report on all this based on leaks from 2 former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team.
If 2 Twitch employees say the reason that they banned someone, I would for sure believe them, considering they have so much more to lose. Like, they literally have their entire career to lose. I would definitely believe them over Dr. Disrespect.
If these former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting.
Now, I'm not sure what he's talking about here. I don't know if he's talking about, like, legally, you know, when we were in the court process, they admitted that by the legal definition, this wasn't sexting. And that may be the case because, as we know, if you've seen any predator catching, you know, video on YouTube or Chris Hansen, these guys get away all of the time with nothing happening to them because the laws around this stuff are horrible. So, he's probably right here. He probably, by the legal definition, didn't sext a minor, but talking to a minor as a 40-year-old man with children is the weirdest thing ever, and it's just inexcusable, man. Like, this whole, oh, by the legal definition, I did nothing wrong, is so unbelievably stupid.
And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened. I even used the word inappropriate purposely. And look at how it was defined by everyone, champs. Huh? Including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place.
Why, as a 40-year-old man, are you talking to a girl under the age of 18 inappropriately? And why are you saying inappropriate jokes? You're married, you have children, you have a whole career. There's no reason to do that. It's inexcusable. Again, this is a weird thing to say.
I mean, how would each of you look if all of your private DMs, your text messages, your chats were looked at, dissected, and taken out of context by someone who's deliberately trying to find something inappropriate in those words? And this is not a situation where a victim publicly accuses someone of wrongdoing. That never happened here. We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal.
Again, I just think this is the stupidest point ever. It does not matter if it's legal or not. Dude, if you're a company and you see a 40-year-old man who's partnered on your website talking to a girl under 18, it doesn't matter, like, oh, is this legal in our state? Is this legal through all these different loopholes that you... I hope everybody knows watching this video that the law is so bad. The law is so bad, and there's so many ways to get away with everything. So... It doesn't matter that it's legal. It's a moral thing. It's really just a moral thing. Morally, this is not right. Morally, we don't want this on our website. Morally, we're going to take you off the website. It's really that simple. He keeps bringing up legal this, legal that. It just shows how guilty he is, honestly.
On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with the Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because for years... this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel for years. I'm talking no front page love. You're talking about the face of the platform.
So, because they didn't put you on the front page, I'm not even going to entertain this. I don't understand.
And I know Champions Club remembers this. We got zero front page love on the website. Was never on my channel. He didn't follow me on Twitter. He wouldn't even inform us about Twitch rival tournaments. We're talking about the 2-time Twitch rival tournament. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you want to play in it? We got zero support from this guy. And it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the 2-time. So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager. And just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence?
So I don't think people really hold grudges against other people for absolutely no reason. There was either a reason why that this ex-Twitch employee or his ex-Twitch partner held a grudge against him, or they just didn't hold a grudge against him at all, and Dr. Disrespect is reading way too hard into this. And maybe, since the messages were from 2017, maybe this person knew the whole time, and they didn't like Dr. Disrespect for that. So, Again, this is nothing.
The Twitch user tells the ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. I'll repeat that sentence one more time just in case anybody missed that one. The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. But this ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch, even though the user told him clearly that we never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged.
Yeah, so children under the age of 18, they can't consent to anything. So even if they feel like nothing wrong is happening, something wrong still may be happening, as we've seen many and many and many times again. So yeah, that's perfectly fine.
The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the Whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate.
I know I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but Dr. Disrespect, you're a 40-year-old man messaging a girl under the age of 18. Like, I'm saying she's under 18. I don't know how old the girl is, but I mean, he literally admitted to her being a minor. I don't want to see any comments on this video saying, didn't you see earlier? He said it wasn't a minor. Guys, come on. He admitted it himself. Oh my God, he's definitely going off of some different country. It's legal over here in this state, you know. What I'm doing is actually not bad because over here in this country, in this state, you know, it's actually the legal age. So, yeah, it was most definitely a girl under the age of 18. I don't give a shit if she was even 17, right? Just 1 year before. He's a 40-year-old man. He's 40! He should not be talking to her. So, any message that is inappropriate to a child, mind you, as a 40-year-old man, I mean, there's really no context that can save it. You should not be talking to a child inappropriately, especially as a 40-year-old man.
The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way.
Hey, 40-year-old man, just here to let you know yet again that the legality of it does not matter. It is immoral, and it's a good thing that you were banned.
Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received.
Okay, so I was right. I was actually right. It is a child. It is an under 18-year-old child, but in the place that they are, in the place that that child is from, the legal age is actually it's probably like 16 or something, and the person he messaged is probably like 17 or something like that. If I had to guess, that's a complete guess. You know, I'm not being like that's 100% what it was. That's a complete guess, but I mean that basically confirms that. Yeah, I mean the girl's under 18.
Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
Yeah, so if you're a company and you see I keep saying this because I think it's absolutely hilarious and it just makes the point bigger. If you're a company and you see a 40-year-old man messaging a child, because under 18 you are a child. If you see a 40-year-old man messaging a child and then they make some inappropriate jokes or whatever he said, I wish he would just release the messages so this could all go away and we could understand exactly what he said. It's actually not unbelievable at all. It's actually very moral of them to just go ahead and ban you because they would not want someone like that on their platform.
I'm not going to get into every detail regarding my legal case, but these former Twitch employees that claim to have firsthand knowledge, they just don't have a clue. They didn't report any facts.
Well, Dr. Disrespect, yet again, you can show us some facts. You can quite literally show us the messages whenever you want. You can show us the messages, Dr. Disrespect. You can show us all the facts right here so we can all know.
The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal.
I may stop this video early because he's saying the exact same thing over again and is the worst point ever. I don't know why he keeps bringing it up like this is such an amazing point. It actually wasn't illegal at all, guys. It was actually perfectly legal. These laws are not good. Everybody knows that. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said this is a very good critical thinking moment. This is a very good show of IQ. Because if you believe what Dr. Disrespect says and you believe that he's an innocent man and that Twitch is after him and they're this big boogeyman and that they just don't want him to be around, you may be the dumbest person. Like, you may be an unbelievably stupid person. And a lot of people have fallen for this, believe it or not. Well, a lot of people on Twitter, and as we know, Twitter, the average IQ of a Twitter user is very low. It's probably in the 80s like Sneeko. But, you you know, I mean, a lot of people do believe him. I go on Twitter and I see a lot of people saying, as you can see here, you know, Dr. Disrespect perfectly shows that Twitch is actually after him and he's an innocent man and he did nothing wrong. But everybody who knows anything about the world knows that he actually did a lot wrong.
So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers? I mean, outside of the obvious. I mean, just take a look at me. Right? Unfiltered. The realest motherfucker in this industry.
Yeah, you were certainly unfiltered in those Twitch messages, Dr. Disrespect. I would love to see him. I would love to see how unfiltered you really are, but that's pretty much it I'm going to talk about. There's 6 more minutes of this video. I played you 16 minutes of the video, or the highlights of the 16 minutes. It's a 22-minute long video. You can check it out for yourself. You can see his whole thing. I'm not going to watch the rest of this because he's probably going to say the exact same thing he's been saying since the beginning 2 minutes for the rest of the 22. And that is that I actually didn't do anything legally wrong. In the place that the person whispered me from, the place that the person was messaging me from, they were actually the legal age in their location. Legally, I did absolutely nothing wrong. I'm an innocent guy. Twitch has it out for me. They're this big boogeyman, you know. Journalists, they just report on gossip, even though that's what journalists do. I mean, that's the whole point of news reporting. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Overall, what do I think about this whole situation? I think Dr. Disrespect is a horrible person. I mean, that's just really fucked up. You're a 40-year-old man. You have children. That's kind of scary. He's messaging a child and he has children. That's kind of like... okay, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. He's got a wife. I mean, how sad. I mean, I really feel bad for her. I don't know why she hasn't left him yet. I really do feel bad for her because that's honestly horrible. Because Dr. Disrespect cheated on his wife in the past. I don't know how many of y'all remember that, but Dr. Disrespect cheated on his wife in the past. And then now to hear that he's saying inappropriate stuff to a child, it's like, it's just sad, honestly. So I really feel horrible for her. I can't imagine what she's going through right now. And same thing with her kid, or same thing with his kid. I think he just has a daughter. I'm not sure on that. I'm not looking up the Dr. Disrespect family tree or anything. But yeah, I know he does have at least a kid. So, you know, I feel for them too. I don't know if they're, you know, at the age where they understand what's going on. But, you know, it's a pretty sad situation, honestly. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. So yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see y'all later.